Welcome to Topic Independent News. Clearview AI scraped 30 billion Facebook profiles to train an artificial intelligence without asking for consent. Who asks for consent these days? And is the name of Clearview AI a reminder of the potential for social biases and worse? We need a better understanding of how exactly this technology is being used, because we're still running on assumptions. Clearview AI scraped 30 billion pictures from social media without users' knowledge, creating a massive facial recognition database marketed to law enforcement with promises to bring justice to victims. US police have used this database nearly 1 million times, putting anyone with a picture online at risk of being included in what is effectively a perpetual police lineup with no way to know they are even included in a database. Major social media companies, like Facebook, have sent cease and desist letters to Clearview in response to the intrusion of privacy, with a spokesperson for the Meta company saying Clearview AI actions invade people's privacy, which is why we banned our founder from our services and sent them a legal demand to stop accessing any data, photos, or videos from our services. Clearview CEO Hone Tunnat has defended the company's actions, saying in a statement to Insider, Clearview AI database of publicly available images is lawfully collected, just like any other search engine like Google. However, analysts at the Electronic Frontier Fund, a digital rights non-profit, have expressed grave concern of potential race bias and harmful outcomes. Photos can come from anywhere, so, as Matthew Gerglia, a senior policy analyst, pointed out, you don't know what you have to hide, and suddenly you could end up being somebody who could be retroactively arrested and prosecuted for something that wasn't legal when you did it. Since the Illinois lawsuit, Clearview has chosen to end its practice of offering free trial accounts to individual police officers, but the extent of, and the power behind, the facial recognition technology and the potential for race bias remain a source of high concern, and, as Matthew Gerglia put, we need a better understanding of how exactly this technology is being used, because we're still running on assumptions. The jury has spoken, and it's bad news for those on the pro-Trump anti-democracy train. This verdict shows how far-reaching the impacts of spreading dangerous, false information online can be, and paves the way for similar charges to be brought against other radical right activists in the future. Douglas Mackey, also known as Ricky Vaughn, defiantly defended his actions as simply shitposting, an internet term of art for posting inflammatory content, but the jury wasn't buying it. Things started to get seriously shady when it came to light that an extremist, anonymous group coordinated between Fortune and Twitter was plotting to suppress the votes of those who supported Hillary Clinton. Through their detailed plan, nearly 5,000 people were tricked into texting the short code shared by Mackey, and it seems, only the luck of the draw prevented those affected from taking a stand in the trial. The jury saw how the Fortune Forum and the social media giant Twitter acted accordingly to those looking to crash the political scene, pass maliciously false information, and ultimately create a chaos that was favorable to the Trump campaign in 2016. This court ruling has now set the boundaries for digital orthodoxy and the direct messaging groups that includes the brainchild of the scam, the pseudonymous FBI cooperator also known as the microchip. It's no laughing matter, and the only joke here is that the days of trying to defend yourself in court by claiming it was just a joke, man. Are teens sipping on green potions with glowing results? That's what TikTok is suggesting. In the past year, Americans spent millions on supplements containing chlorophyll and chlorella. But is this latest trend of magic potions more than hype? In pursuit of making a huge physical transformation, young people are seen drinking a magic green potion. This potion is in fact a solution of liquid chlorophyll. While some have seen positive results such as a clearer complexion and a reduction in bloating, there is a huge scientific backdrop that is not being talked about in a trend. Chlorophyll is naturally found in the green leaves of plants and is believed to have nutrient and immune-boosting benefits. But with the recent surge in popularity on TikTok, experts say it's important to be aware of possible dangers. Younger consumers are generally not aware of the history of personal care/nutritional claims of the 50s. So, it's important to remember that these magic potions may not be the solution they are marketed to be, says an expert. However, most of the available scientific research for chlorophyll and chlorophyllin comes from cellular and animal studies. There haven't been many human trials. Families across Johannesburg, South Africa have been left bewildered after the hoped-for but unsuccessful resurrection of their local pastor, Siva Moodley. For nearly 2 years, the pastor's body was kept at a funeral home in anticipation of a miracle, but all prayers went unanswered. Moodley's family, who subscribed to the pastor's preaching of wonderful miracles, refused to arrange a funeral service or accept his death. As despite all the persistence, the pastor's resurrection never happened, the family was recently forced to get a court order for his burial. If the vision of resurrection doesn't do the trick, never fear. The court system is always dependable and refused to let death go unpunished, apart from the one body which failed to come back to life. Talk about irony, right? Moodley, the founder of Miracle Center Ministry, was a believer in the miraculous. According to the ministry's website, many were healed in his presence and the expectation of resurrections was not a far reach. Inexplicably, the members of the family asked maintained radio silence when the funeral home reached out to take charge of Moodley's body. That's when the health hazards due to the long-time corpse storage started to be a problem. But the court order was not enough to finally put an end to the bizarre circumstances of the resurrection failure. A digital Shiba Inu is taking over the crypto world as the price of Dogecoin surges over 30% on Monday. After Twitter CEO Elon Musk swapped the bird profile photo on the site for the digital currency's mascot, the inevitable happened, the lawsuit. A $258 billion lawsuit that Musk is facing. The lawsuit entails that Musk allegedly manipulated the price of the cryptocurrency began on Friday, but the billionaire's attorneys fighting back against the charges. Despite the lawsuit's claims, the digital currency Dogecoin is, according to CoinMarketCap.com, the 8th most valuable cryptocurrency with a market cap of over $13 billion. Musk's lawyers described his public statements about the coin as innocuous and often silly tweets in a court filing Friday. So, if you're about to invest in Dogecoin, remember, invest wisely, Doge lie. The Ugandan president, Yoweri Museveni, gave an alarming speech last weekend calling for African leaders to reject the promotion of homosexuality and possibly sign an anti-LGBTQ+ bill. The bill enacts penalties like the death penalty for aggravated homosexuality and life imprisonment for recruitment, promotion and funding of same-sex activities. To put it simply, this bill is a disaster. This two-day inter-parliamentary conference held at State House in Entebbe claims to promote family values and sovereignty is also a part of this campaign, and was attended by delegates from 22 African countries and even British MPs, according to the government. Furthermore, this conference was even hosted by the US evangelical group Family Watch International, which the Southern Poverty Law Center has identified as an anti-LGBT hate group. Tragically, it looks like a strategy to fight homosexuality is being drawn up, and the LGBTQ+ community of Uganda are, as always, targets of this, with every kind of hate, misinformation, and culture wars waged against them. We must, at the very least, remain informed and honest, and, at the most, take real and action against this. The Uganda government tweeted quotes from a Kenyan MP, George Peter Kaluma, stating that a person proposing that there should be same-sex marriages or same-sex relationships is a person seeking to wipe out the entire humanity out of the face of this earth. Their campaigns have now been organized under what appears to be local professional entities such as Christian lawyers groups, parliamentary forums and so forth. Once again, the Ugandan gay community is a target of this misinformation, hate and culture wars.